Well, they were still deciding on the second half of it, whether they were going to do it or not. And the first half went so well that they said, yeah, let's do it again. Let's all get together and do it again. Uh, Chronosphere's not here, but that's who was the original opener for it. But at least Destruction, us, and Overkill are together for it. So, and it's just as crazy as it was back then. So. Yeah, there is a few generations for sure. We're seeing a lot of younger people, and we're really surprised because we put four new songs into the set, um, and usually that's really a tricky deal. You don't play new songs. They want to hear the old stuff. They want to hear stuff off the first album and the second album, all the classics, but they're singing along with the new stuff, and we're getting requests for it. So we added new songs and we're getting the best reaction we could possibly get. People know the words, and yeah, so we're pretty stoked about that. Yeah, oh yeah, the internet, and you're talking about YouTube and the videos and stuff that have happened to see if that's helped with our audience and gain new audience. Absolutely. AK, his vocals on this are he's done some variations with his singing. He's not just a thrash singer. He's a gifted. He's one of my favorite singers ever. But he's a really gifted, and talented guy, and he brought some different choruses and some different just some different stuff for this record. So now we're kind of appealing to the like the power metal scene too. We're getting a lot of power metal people coming out and checking AK out. So. Oh yeah, I mean he's the anchor of the band for sure. But I'm the other one. I've been in the band. I took a short hiatus for a while, but yeah. So mainly me and him. But this right now, our lineup is the best it's ever been. So it's stronger than ever. So there's not going to be any lineup changes anymore. This is what it's going to be. We just differences, We all had musical differences and stuff, and it wasn't gelling at the time. So he decided to move on to something else, and so did we. There was no hard feelings or anything like that. It was just the way it happened. So, but he's back now, and everything seems to be all our differences and stuff aside. Everything's perfect. So. Yes, next year is going to be our the most touring we've ever done. We're almost set up to tour the whole year, and we've never done that. That's always been a problem with Flotsam is we only tour 3 months out of the year or 2 months out of the year, and then we're off to making another record. It's not good for a metal band. You got to tour, tour, tour. A lot of bands rely on merch. That's a strong point for metal bands is merchandise to get for your sales and your guarantees and stuff like that. But this year, the end of this year and next year are going to be big for us as far as touring. Lots and lots of tour dates. No, I mean, this is what we do, so it's kind of like it's a priority for us. So we all give it the time it needs, like we all expect each other to make this first priority, and we all do, If there's tour dates coming up, we figure out a way to make it happen. Sometimes it's a little tricky balancing, but everybody is supportive of us in our personal lives, so you know it works out good. So, oh my God, he's a vicious drummer to begin with. He's great. He's a funny guy. He brings songwriting. And like have you ever seen his resume? He's played with Alice Cooper. I mean, the guy, he's a monster.
Justin.
And he's a cool guy to hang out with. There's no tension or anything like that. Like I said, he's super comical, and his songwriting ability too. That's one of his biggest strong points for the band. It was strange the first show, and then after that, it was like it's all good. But Jason's a brother, and you know, uh, best of luck to him. You know, he's with his hometown boys basically from New York. You know, that was a right decision for him. It was a right decision for us too, because I mean, look at we got Ken. You know, so and that makes sense for us. A high record, I didn't like that at all. Not a fan of using somebody else's logo for represented on us. You know, I mean, it just wasn't going the right way for me. I didn't like that. I voiced my opinion, and it's a democracy. Our band's a democracy. Everybody wanted to do it. They thought it was a great idea, but I was just like, no, I can't do it. And that was coming from management too. You know, a lot of management was too involved with the decision making. You know, of what the band was. You know, so it just said I can't do it. It's got to be the five guys making the decisions on this, and then management execute what we're talking about. You know, but it wasn't like that. But now it is. So I'm back. Yeah, the Cold record was a great record. We're going to try to incorporate some of the songs off of that into our set. So that'll be next year, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a lot of requests for Better Off Dead. And, you know, it's not, I'm not on that record, but I don't have any problems playing it. You know, I'll play that song. You know, the fans like it, so I like the song too. Oh, yeah. That was kind of my re-entrance back into the band. There's some experimental stuff on there too, you know, like the pianos, and there's some sequence stuff that we've never done that I don't know if like the fans that like the classic stuff really enjoyed Ugly Noise, but it seems like it's growing on people more. You know, they didn't like it when it first came out, but they seem to like it now. We get a lot of requests for songs off of that. You know, Giddy Up is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. Pledge is a great thing, but it's hard to. There's a lot of people doing it. You know, it's great for the fans. It's great for the fans to be involved in it, but having a record label is great too. You know, for us, Pledge is a lot of work to do it. You know, and for the band to be doing that, we end up spending more time doing our Pledge campaign than we were doing our recordings. You know, and trying to keep up with the fans and giving them the merchandise that we were promising when they were a part of it, and it was tough. It was really tough for us. So the record label getting signed, re-signed, I guess, and back on that, it lets us devote our time to our music, you know, and get back on track to that. So, but Pledge it's a good thing. The crowdfunding is good, but just not for us right now.
Yeah, too busy.
Too busy, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then, yeah, if we're touring too at the same time, that's going to make it even harder. So, you almost need to like hire somebody to do the whole campaign for you, and manage the campaign. You know, we were managing the campaigns before, so just it's not for us right now. We just gotta be on a label and let them take care of that, and whatever. Yes, it has been for a lot of years. You know, they like the classics. They like No Place for Disgrace and Doomsday for the Deceiver. They love those records here. United States, it's just I, I don't know what it is. You know, it's just they really haven't adapted to metal. You know, it seemed like it was catching on in the '80s and just went down. You know, and what Nirvana and all that stuff was happening. I hate to say that, but that's what happened. Now it's kind of springing back, but Europe, it never really went away. You know, you guys have been solid over here. Yeah. They don't have a lot of festivals. You know, they used to have like the Rockstar Energy Festival that would go around, and they have Ozfest and Knotfest right now, but those are really like the only two big ones that tour. And you know, it's not like over here where people take a vacation or their holiday and they spend a month going to shows, you know, going to all these big festivals. They don't have that in the States. I wish they did, you know. I wish we could take a month off of work and go do festivals. That'd be great. Not so much. I mean, this last record, Steve and I came up. We each had at least 25 or 30 songs each to submit over to AK, and AK just it doesn't take a whole lot of time to compose something. Once you get in that mode, it's like that work mode, and you start playing your guitar and you just coming up with riff after riff. It's easy to put the songs together, and then you give him over to AK, and then he tells us what he wants to sing over. The strongest ones. So it's a pretty good process that we have right now. That's why I'm saying our lineup is stronger than it's ever been, because that's the way we compose songs now is a lot easier as well. So it's more of a combined effort having Ken Mary in the band and Michael Spencer, because they contribute as well. We didn't always get that before. That's what makes it easy. You're sending out files because you write a song and put the basic song together and send it over to AK, and AK could be like, yeah, I'm not feeling this one. So it's like, okay, I'll write another one for you. Send it over, and he doesn't have to come over and mess around with it or anything like that, which is time consuming too. And you're driving back and forth like the old days. But there is something about when we first started, all getting into a room and just cranking the songs out. That was how we used to do it. And what lacks with doing it the way we do it now is you never know how it's going to feel live. You put out an album and you've never really played it for people before, or played it in a rehearsal room or anything like that. So you don't always know what the energy's going to be. So, and that's with everything right now. It's just different from old school. There's two other ones that we're gonna put into the set, which is Unwelcome Surprise, and what's the last one on it? I don't remember that order. Architects of Hate. I keep thinking Architects of Hate's the very last song on the record, but Architects of Hate is going to be the next one, and Unwelcome Surprise. So those should go over good. They're very aggressive and hateful songs, so they should go over good with our crowd. Yeah, we're definitely fans, Iron Maiden fans, all of us. That song, we didn't have any intention of it sounding like an Iron Maiden song. It just kind of happened like that, It was weird how it evolved, I guess. There was no intention of making it sound Iron Maiden-ish and then calling it Iron Maiden. I don't know. Interesting song. It's always interesting how songs come together, because you never know what the end product's going to be like when you start. Sometimes you write a song and it turns out you finish it and you're like, this is shit, And other times you're like, fuck yeah, like Iron Maiden turned out killer. We fucking love that song. We're playing it tonight. For you.
Yes. I see on your Facebook that Nico McBrain hear your song Iron Maiden in your tour bus, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic video.
We went and had.
The song is like that. I really like the song.
Yeah, he was digging it. We had ribs at his restaurant in Florida, and he came to have dinner with us, and then he listened to the song, and he was like, yeah. So, yeah, if Nico McBrain is liking it, then got to be doing something right? Yeah, definitely. It's one of the songs that we have to. It's becoming a classic. We're always gonna have to play that song. So he's got good taste. Yes, I want to go everywhere as many times as I can. We're very fortunate to be able to travel and play other countries other than the United States and other than just getting out of Phoenix, Arizona. So I still want to go to Australia. Haven't been there yet. Asia, we went to Japan last year. That was great. Still haven't been to South America. So those are the countries I really want to go to right now, and I hope we get there next year. It's looking like that for next year. And Europe as well. I know we're going to come back for the festivals. So. We don't have dates right now. We have start dates for when we're going to work on it, and it's as soon as we get off this. So in about 2 weeks, we're going to start writing for that. So hopefully, sometime next year, something will come out. I don't know when, but
Okay.
it'll happen next year.
Okay.
That's always been a problem with us. You know, we put out a record every 2 or 3 years, and that's, you know, your band's going like this, so it's on a trajectory that's going upward, and when you don't release new stuff, it starts to kind of go like that, you know. So we're trying to keep on top of that. The band's in a very good place right now, so we just got to keep moving up. It's a very fine line, because if you put out something that's a little inferior to what you just did, we all love we're super proud of our last record, but that's the bar for our next record. It has to be as good as that one or better. If it's not, then you know, we're gonna start doing that. But releasing new music every year to year and a half, that's probably the right slot, and then touring. Yeah, but you can't oversaturate yourself. If you release too much, you know, then you get bombarded with it, and you're like, people don't have time to sit down and listen to a record anymore, you know. They'll listen to a couple of songs, and they're off whatever they got to do during their day. No, I mean, you like hit all the good stuff, like what we're doing, what we're gonna do for next year, and tour, new merch. The Lizard's back. We brought the Lizard back, Flotzilla. Everybody wanted to see that guy again, so there he is. That's about it.
Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you.
It was a
Thank
pleasure to talk again with you.
you. Yeah, you too. It's always good to see you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.